Hi guys, it's Jamie here. I'm going to give you a little tour of our woods location in North County, which is in Atascadero, and show you what we have up here. It's a shelter that's just for cats for now. In the future we hope to expand that to have a shelter for dogs and cats. And then we also have our spay and neuter clinic for the public up here in Atascadero, so it's right behind me there. And I'm going to take you guys on a tour starting on the outside and then go through the inside and show you our cat areas, our cat patio, and our kitten room, as well as our isolation room. So that's what I'll be showing you on this tour. Okay, so here is the outdoor part of our shelter in North County here in Atascadero. This is what you would see when you pull up to our shelter, is our main entrance and our outdoor catio or cat patio here. And before we go inside, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what you might see outside here at our shelter. And there are actually 4 cats that we have that live here on our property, and they are what we call feral cats. So feral meaning wild, meaning that they don't really want to live with people. They don't want to be held, and if I go too close to these cats, they're going to run away from me. So they're basically wild, but they have been spayed or neutered so that they don't have litters of kittens in the future. And that way we know, there goes one. There we go. So we have Andy there, and we also have his mom, Lisa, and we have another cat called Swirly Guy. So I found Swirly Guy. He's gonna run for it. There he goes. Hi, Swirly Guy. Don't hide. Okay. Yeah. Okay. He's very cute. He does not want me to come near him though. That's okay. And then this here is Grayson. Hi, Grayson. Now Grayson is the unique one. He is not feral. As you can see, he just came right up to me and wants to really show off. So Grayson is a cat that is just wants to be an outdoor cat. So he does not want to live inside. But he was also declawed by his former owners. I'm going to go over into the shade here with him. Come here, Grayson. So declawing is something that we don't encourage at Woods Humane Society. It actually hurts their claws and makes it so that they cannot protect themselves. So we don't do that for cats here at Woods Humane Society, but since Grayson had already been declawed, and since he doesn't want to live inside, we allow him to live on the property outside here, and we feed him and take care of him and look after him here. As you can see, he's very friendly though. He allows me to pet him, and he does want some attention. So he does hang out with people here at the shelter, but wants to remain outdoors. And he hangs out with the other other wild cats I was mentioning that live on the property, Andy and Lisa and Swirly Guy, who are ferals. So they are cats that would not come up to me if they, as you saw, one of them ran right away when I started walking towards him. Okay, so those feral cats are part of a program. I'm going to try to come over here so you can see another one of them. These feral cats are part of what we call TNR. So maybe you can see them here. They're hanging out together in the shade. I'm going to zoom in without getting too close so that you guys can see them. So they're part of what's called TNR. TNR stands for trap, neuter, release. And that means that we trap them so that they're in a cage. They aren't hurt by that at all. Just means that they're in a cage for a little while. We bring them over to the vet clinic right next door, and they get the surgery. The spay is for the female and the neuter is for the male. And they get that surgery so that they don't have litters of kittens each year. So if we did not give these cats here that surgery, they might have 2 to 3 litters of kittens per year. And so we would quickly have a lot of cats living on the property, and that would not be good. So we just spay and neuter them, and then the R part of TNR is that we return them. So we return them to the spot where they're living, which in this case is right on our property, right here at Woods Humane Society. And that way they can continue living their life, and we don't have to worry about them overpopulating this property or this area, and we can look out for them for the rest of their life. So that is the outdoor part of Woods Humane Society here that I wanted to show you. And now we will go inside and I will show you the actual shelter. Okay, so this is the indoor lobby part of our shelter here. This is what you would see when you first enter. This is our front desk up here where our adoptions happen. And this is the door you would enter to enter the cattery. You always want to use some hand sanitizer before you enter. It's right there by the door. And this is the main cattery here. As you can see, it's a little different than our slow location. The main difference is that there's a large room that the cats can wander and roam through freely, rather than many different little rooms that we have in slow. This is outfitted though pretty much the same as those rooms you saw in slow. So there's lots of beds and hiding places, lots of scratching posts, lots of tall places for the cats to hop up on. If they want to climb or jump, they can go up high or they can go down low and hide. Lots of toys. Those are important. Okay. And then there's, throughout the whole area, there's going to be food and water stations, and there's going to also be litter box stations that you'll see throughout this whole area. We do all the meal prep for the cats up here on these counters, so we make their bowls of food and deliver them around in the shelter. Normally this door would be kept open here, and so the cats could wander through. This room has some more litter boxes, as well as hide places for the cats to climb and hiding spaces for them to hide in. Over here we have one of our 2 cats that live here permanently. This is Tonto. So Tonto and his friend Nadine both live here. They are sanctuary cats, so it means that they want to live out the rest of their life here. This is their home. They don't really want to be held. Tonto doesn't want me to come near him right now because he's basically was found as a feral cat. So he was one of those wild cats, but he has kind of become pretty much domesticated. He loves his friend Nadine, and so that's who he has bonded with. So he's fine with me as long as I give him his space. And he loves being taken care of here. He loves his home. Tonto and Nadine are often found snuggling together. So let's see if we can find Nadine to show you. These are the cat doors here, where the cats can go in and out to the cat patio, which is right over here. This is Sasha, one of our adoptable cats here. And Sasha actually has her ear tipped, so that means that she was found as a feral cat. So ear tipping is something that the veterinarians will do for feral cats, usually, so that from a distance you can see that cat has an ear tip. I don't have to go pick Sasha up to tell if she's been spayed or neutered. I can actually see, because she has her ear tipped, that she's already been to the vet to get her spay. So that's how I can tell. But she's actually not considered feral anymore. She's looking for a home to be adopted. But since she was found as a feral kitten, she might take a little bit of time to warm up to people. So you can see her tail swishing there. So she's kind of telling me to keep my distance. So also out here on the patio is Nadine. I'll show you down here. And Nadine is she's pretty friendly. So she's not what I would consider feral, but she considers this her home and she doesn't want to be taken from here. So she lives here and she hangs out with Tonto and she's pretty happy. She likes to just sleep most of the day. And this cat patio offers a lot of room for the cats to hang out, get some sunshine, see all the flowers and the trees outside, but it keeps them safe from running away and getting loose where they might get hurt. So now I'm going to take you guys over to our isolation room here in the shelter. And this is for cats usually that have FELV or FELV. And we'll talk a little bit more about those two diseases. But those are diseases that cats can get that they can then give to other cats. So FELV can be given to another cat if they get into a cat fight and the cat with FELV bites the other cat. And FELV is a disease that a cat can give to another cat if it's passed by saliva. So if they were to be, licking or grooming each other, that could cause the other cat to get FELV. So this room is just kept a little bit separate from the rest of the cattery here, just with a door and screen here so that the cats that have FELV or FELV have their own space and they can see the other cats, but they can't bite them or lick them. So that's the main reason we have this room. If we have a cat in here that doesn't have FELV or FELV, it might just be because they need a little bit of space of their own and they don't really want to be surrounded by other cats. So this gives them all of the comforts of the rest of the cattery. It's like a little bit of a privacy suite for the cats, but you can see there's still places to climb up to, lots of beds, hiding spaces are over here, and litter box. This kitty's eating his food and water over here, and he can still go out to the patio. We have this closed right now for this cat because he needs to stay inside, but if he didn't, the cat door there would be open for the patio out here. Okay, so it's like his own little private patio. Last but not least, we have the kitten room. And the kitten room is also kept separate from the rest of the cats. And that's because kittens can more easily get, they can get sick from older cats because they don't have as many, they haven't built up their immunity to little colds and things like that. So they can get sick more easily. So the kittens in this room, they stay in these kitten condos and they don't go into the main cattery. We also don't let them onto the floor, which I'll give you a second to guess why we don't let them on the floor, or you can pause the video to guess. And the reason is that we just walked in from the main cattery. And so on the bottom of our shoes, we might have bacteria or things that would then get on the floor in here. And then if the kittens were on the floor, they might be exposed to those things and get sick. So, gotta show these kittens, of course. So these are a couple of our kittens that are available for adoption today. So they are both planning to go home very soon. We have Anne with the long fur on the right, and we have Hickory on the left. And as you can see, they have their little cat condo, everything they need in here. And this is very temporary housing, so they just were made available today, and they're already going to go home by this afternoon. So they've got their toys, they got their food and water, and litter box, bed. They can hop up here and go hide if they want, or they can go through the little hole to hide over there. They don't look like they're very scared though, do they? All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the tour. I know I did. See you all soon. What you doing up there, Anna? Huh? What you doing up there? You eating my hair?